So, how do you recognize flow? How can you tell whether you are in flow or not? The Godfather, forgot his name, Mihaly, I think that was the name. I'm not sure if the pronunciation was good, but he described eight characteristics of flow. So there's no doubt about it when you experience these that you were in a state of flow, so to say. First of all, complete focus, number one. Achieving flow requires complete focus, being fully aware in that specific moment. Then secondly, you have clear goals and you get instant feedback. So for example, with skiing, you get instant feedback. If you make an error when you correct yourself, it's either you are down, or same with the surfboard, you're either down or you continue to move on. So you get instant feedback. Same with the ball game, same with the poker game. It hurts when you make a mistake, so to say. So the feedback is like, okay, I'm progressing well, but it's short in term. You instantly see your progress. Also, when you are writing, you see the letters and you hear the sound of your notebook. So it's not only bodily engagement, it's also mental. However, with the body, it's more easy to recognize, and it's also easier to get into flow because when the body starts moving, the brain starts grooving. Also, it's a lose of self-consciousness. This you, it dials down, it goes to the back. And then in the end, you feel like, hey, I haven't heard myself, so to say, which of course you are not that voice, but I haven't heard those voices for a while. Then you know, okay, it's in flow. It's an activity as well as an end in itself. So it's not as much about skiing, but it's also about the feeling of skiing in this case. It's effortless, you flow. So, for example, when people are on the piste, you can move them around, or when you're waiting for a certain type of wave, or when you play poker, you wait up for a certain type of setup, or when you are writing, you feel like very inspired. Everything comes, all the ideas, all the creativity hits, and then you just let it all out. You let it all go, so to say. Then number 6, it's a balanced challenge. So you have to be grounded. The experience itself needs to be challenging, but not overly so. So what does this mean? There is a certain threshold, which I will teach you all about later, between difficulty. So to say, let me write. This is too difficult and this is too hard. This is the flow state, so to say. Let's say that you are here. This is your baseline. It's like a 4% increase, which we discussed before. Yeah, your actions and awareness are merging into one. So with a runner's high, for example, you dial down your voice, but you are very much aware of how your body feels, how your perfect form should be. Face up, breathe in, it goes automatically, and you recognize that, okay, I'm in a runner's high. I am crushing it for this in this case. And then it's a sense of personal agency. It's you have control in this certain situation, and you are fully aware that whatever you do decides the outcome in this case. But also you are dealing with external factors that can also bring you out of this flow. Skiing, for example, being a perfect example. For example, when you hit a rock, which you did not see. Okay, so those are the characteristics of flow. To do this, I would say concentrate. Concentration is the secret of all strength. A quote from Emerson. Don't do this, overcomplicate things. Don't make it too hard. Keep it close and keep it simple. Yeah. Distractions, try to keep them away. Tight bubble of focus. And then remember, flow is present in everyday activities. You don't have to be in the water on a surfboard. You can awaken this in everyday life in all these certain situations. Most often they are found in the things that you really enjoy, you really love. So there are 4 stages about flow, but that we will see in next chapter.